I really believe that the modern man is going to have to adopt just a more fearless attitude and a more fearless approach to life. Okay? In all ways, shapes, and forms, people admire men who are bold, and people admire confident men who do what they truly want to do, regardless of it scaring them or intimidating them, or if they feel as if they're not successful enough or competent enough to accomplish it, they're not scared of failure. And this is the problem that I'm seeing with most men, is most men are just not leaders. And I'm talking about leaders in their own life. Okay? I'm not talking about leading others, right? You got to be able to lead yourself far before you can lead others. But let me give you an example. Men today are very susceptible to being led by someone's personality that they see on the internet. So if I tell you, hey, approaching a woman is too much validation, never do it, wait for choosing signals. Majority of men are going to go, okay, yep, gotcha, thanks Casey. And then let's say a month later they watch a different influencer, and that influencer goes, man, you know what, it's all about the vibe, it's all about the aura, it's all about the communication, you cold approach whoever you want, you show that you're fearless. And now that man's emotional state is led astray once again, and he goes, oh yeah, okay, yep, got you. Yeah, I agree completely. Okay? Now that guy watches another influencer 6 weeks later, and that guy goes, listen gentlemen, in today's day and age of 2024, the only thing that matters is looks, and you have to become a Chad because women have an influx of options. They have so many options that you will never be able to compete. The only thing that matters is how jacked you are and if you look handsome. Because all women are optimizing for in their hypergamy is who is the biggest, baddest, strongest dude that they can obtain. And the guy once again goes, okay, yep. He looks in the mirror, he goes, I'll never measure up. So this is what we've ran into. Men who have no culture, men who have no principle, men who have no standard, men who have no boundaries, and men who have become yes men. Now what does that tell you about the internal confidence and security of the average man? It tells you that he's not sure of himself and he's looking to a different masculine role model or archetype to take orders from in what he should do in his own dating life or his life as a whole, with what he should do maybe career-wise, financially, whatever. He's looking for somebody else to tell him what to do. Now, here's how I look at life. If God is the creator, okay, meaning he creates, well, what is the word? Like creativity. The word is creation, right? He's the creator, which means he's using creativity. If God made man in his image, it is your duty to create. Well, what does that mean? It means it's your duty to create your own path and lead yourself. I cannot fucking save you. You understand this, right? I can try my best to help you in your dating life, and we're doing it every day. We've brought over 1,100 guys together inside of Headman Nation. I'm watching these guys, you know, have so many successes every single week. But you have to understand this. When I give them a process and I give them a template to follow to help them learn, understand, and master the language of women, guess what happens? They are still responsible for their own individual success. And you as a man are going to be in control of your own individual success. Now, here's what I can tell you. What a lot of success comes down to in life is if you can generate belief and absolute certainty in whatever it is that you do. So what you focus on in life is what you get. If you tell yourself you have to wait for choosing signals in order to approach, your brain and your mind will be so good at scanning that room and you will start to look for choosing signals. And then what you'll start to do is you will even start to convince yourself that you saw a choosing signal even if it wasn't. And then that choosing signal is going to give you the feeling of certainty that it's okay now for you to approach. You have to understand how deep this goes. What you focus on in life is what you get. If you tell yourself cold approaching makes you a fucking stud, it makes you unstoppable, it gives you an unstoppable aura, and what it does is it tells yourself that you have enough confidence and belief to approach anybody because that's what you feel is most powerful in your own life to obtain confidence, by all means, do it. If you tell yourself that that gives away too much attention and that gives too much validation away, so you shouldn't do it, and you need to wait until you have the perfect opportunity, then do it. Let's look at another situation. If you tell yourself, hey, if you're out at a bar, you're out at a club, you want to wait until you notice that women are more so in your vicinity before you strike up a conversation. Sure. As a man who has skill, or when you become a man with skill, you could make all three of those situations work. Because this is what you have to understand. The best basketball player in the world could get no sleep and be coming off a hangover and still crush you on the basketball court because of raw talent. Meanwhile, you have to do all these things and you tell yourself you have to have a perfect circumstance and a perfect situation. A man with skill can make any situation the perfect situation because they're good at it. So this is the funniest thing. Guys believe all this shit. Oh, this influencer has a morning routine. This influencer wakes up at 5 a.m. This influencer wakes up at 3 a.m. Okay? And these are all the habits and routine success secrets to make millions of dollars, let's say, for example. Okay? Well, that has nothing to do with the skill of the individual. A dude with true business skill could wake up every day at noon and probably only work for 2 to 3 hours a day, but because he has skill and can work on the high leverage strategic tasks, will crush you in business and probably make millions of dollars a year through raw talent. So what you really need to focus on is you need to say, how do I acquire the skills as a man so I am multi-dimensional at my opportunities that I can create? Because when you can create multiple streams of opportunities, it's like you have the skill to handle any situation. It's like you can do a cold approach, but you also can do online dating. But your physique is also good, so your pictures look good, so you have success online dating. Okay? It's like everything works together. How you do one thing is how you do everything. But here's what I can tell you. Your confidence in your mind and in your brain will gravitate towards what your beliefs are and what you focus on. Okay? So depending on what you believe to be true about the world is going to manifest and show up in your speech. This is going to manifest and show up in your delivery. This is going to manifest and show up in your vocal tone. Everything. You become in life what you focus on. So why do I feel like men need to adopt a more fearless approach to life? Because you can't be scared anymore. You can't be scared to step out of your comfort zone. You can't be scared to do the things that scare you, and you cannot be scared of success. Because this is the thing that you have to understand. To get success anywhere, to get success in your dating life, to get success in your relationships, to get success financially, it's going to take risk, it's going to take rejection, and it's going to take failure to figure out what not to do. Now, what does this require? This requires an active masculine mindset, an active masculine approach, not sitting there passively. How do you actually obtain masculine energy? By getting active. I'm going to say that again. How do you actually obtain masculine energy? You do this by getting active, by doing, by performing, regardless of how you feel. You do what's required. The belief in yourself and the confidence will manifest at whatever point you can argue to convince yourself. Watch this. If I can convince myself with enough certainty and with enough belief, watch this. If I tell myself, hey, a direct approach is the way. Hi, excuse me, miss, you're gorgeous. I'd love to exchange numbers so that way we could go out on a date. Okay, that's a direct approach. If you can convince yourself that's the way, that's going to manifest in your vocal tonality, and that's going to manifest in your confidence. Well, now let's look at the other point. Now let's say you prefer a more indirect approach. Right? There's a beautiful woman working out next to you at the gym. You say, oh, leg day, huh? Leg day, huh? For me, legs is a 4-day pain, 4-day ache. That's what I go through, 4 days. What about you? Hey, you always lift legs this late? Oh, no way, what do you do? Oh, when'd you move here? Oh, yeah, I've been seeing you around. You can be confident in either situation. What you focus on is what you believe in. What you believe in is what you manifest into reality. There's a higher level paradigm to this than regimented frameworks. The problem that men don't have, the biggest problem right now in the world, is purposeless men with no belief in themselves, with no confidence. And there is no logical framework, there is no step-by-step process that can give you that internal juice, that internal aura. It's not going to happen. So men need to adopt a more fearless approach. How do you live this way? You tell yourself that you're protected because God protects you. You tell yourself that you're protected because God is looking out for you. You tell yourself, hey, I don't even have to rely on the strength of myself. I don't even have to rely on willpower. I can just put my strength into God and know that He has me taken care of. Now, this is true regardless if you are 5'5" or you are 7'5". You have to carry yourself like God has given you the will and the internal fortitude and the internal strength to become the masculine that you know you need to become. What does this require? This requires a fearless approach to life. Men need to adopt a more fearless approach to life. Nothing bad will happen to you if you actually chase your dreams and your goals. But it comes from you being the active person in your life who's leading yourself. And that needs to come from within. You understand this, right? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Here's what you have to really internalize, and this is the one thing that, if I have your permission, I would like to lead you on. Women do not see men purely through the physical, through the lens of the physical, how you look. It plays a role, but the words coming out of your mouth that next 10 seconds matter a hell of a lot more. Okay? Guys, you have to understand this one thing. The same woman who claims she wants a guy who is 7 feet tall and making $20 million a year, that exact same woman, okay, that exact woman who claims she wants those things, has the ability or has a very high likelihood of falling in love with a man who does not fit that criteria at all. And if you ask a woman what she wants on paper, and she writes down word for word all of the things that she claims she wants, and then you say, hey, can you show me a picture of your last 3 boyfriends that you've had or that you've been romantic with, you will be amazed that they look absolutely nothing like what they claimed they wanted on paper. I am going to try my best every single day to install these beliefs in you, to believe in yourself for once. To believe in yourself that success actually is possible, okay? To believe in yourself that you can win. To believe in yourself that no matter what, you will be okay. But this takes you wanting to have that mindset. This takes you wanting to step outside of your comfort zone. And this takes you wanting to do more in life than just sit at home and then go to the grocery store and then go to the gym and then watch some videos and repeat the same cycle every single day for the rest of your life. It's going to take you growing a little bit. And it's going to take some perseverance. But whatever you tell yourself to be true about the world is what becomes true. So, what is the takeaways from this video? The takeaways is this: lead yourself. That's number 1. Lead yourself. Number 2, the second takeaway that I'm trying to point you in the right direction would be this: what you focus on in life is what you get. Okay? If you're focusing on all the negative, negative will continue to manifest. If you focus on all the positive, positive will continue to manifest. And number 3, it is okay to take a fearless approach to life. We have far too many men that are passive, wanting to be led by somebody else, wanting me to make the framework for you. This is how I did it. All I can do is share with you my beliefs. All I can do is share with you what worked for me. But you're a unique individual. You're going to have to find your way. You're going to have to find your path. You're going to have to find your skill set. You know, I think a great way to look at this is MMA, mixed martial arts. Here's a great analogy. Look at the wide array of fighters who do MMA. You have this style and that style. right? And this guy does Muay Thai, and this guy does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and this guy is better at kickboxing, and this guy is a better grappler. And here's the funniest thing about this. Let's say you have a guy who's a grappler. Well, just because, like for example, they could be in the same team with the same coaches doing drills with the same techniques and still have a completely different style and look and the way that they move. You will never be me and I will never be you. You have to accept that. So what does that mean? It means you're going to have to lead yourself. You're going to have to find your own path. What I can tell you is a man who understands these masculinity principles, pursues success in life, levels up his own masculine aura, takes care of his fitness, his finances, understands the dedication, habits, and skill sets to get ahead. In theory, okay? I can't talk for sure because everybody's a little different with how they move, but in theory, that's going to give yourself the best chances of success, because regardless of how the dynamic is, social circle, cold approach, online dating, you have a wide array of skills that you can deploy at any time because you've became attractive. You've became your own unique masculine archetype. Now, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but you will be able to really have a wide array of examples where you can start to win. Okay? What you focus on in life is what you get. So start to become. If you can do this, oftentimes the women who come into your life see value in you in a lot of different ways. And it's going to be also with what she's looking for. So keep that in mind. You won't be everybody's type. But also, they won't be everybody's type either. So keep that in mind. Men need to adopt a more fearless approach to life, and I completely believe this to my core.